first thing I'm going to talk to you about before we talk about the word is mindset. And mindset is kind of an interesting thing. There's like a whole bunch of definitions for it out there. I Googled it the other day and got a definition that had so many big words I didn't even understand it, and I knew what I was looking for. So I kind of rearranged it. And what I want to tell you is basically it's the behind the scenes script that you have going through your head that is either running or ruining your life. That's the bottom line. So that mindset is either they say there's a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. Honestly, what that amounts to is there's a positive mindset and a negative mindset. And the people that you have heard on here tonight just scream positive mindset, okay? Bonnie's telling you all about all the good things you can do. Pam's one of the most positive people I've ever met in my entire life. So you just have to get that in your head. Now, kind of the things that are a fixed or sort of, in my mind, negative mindset are the things that are people that are like, well, I am who I am. I've always been this way. My family's always, my favorite one is, I think it's hereditary. Nobody in my family's ever been positive. Nobody's ever been successful. Okay, here's the good news and bad news. The good news is that's nonsense. The bad news is you can't use that excuse at all, okay? Things that are hereditary are physical, you guys. Your eye color's hereditary. Maybe whether you're left or right-handed. I like to blame my weight on heredity just because I like to eat chocolate, but that has to be somebody else's fault. But whether or not you're successful, whether or not you are positive, whether or not you can overcome adversity, that is not hereditary. That is you. Okay, those are the choices that you have to make. You have to do things like, what can I learn? If something's going wrong, instead of saying, I don't know what to do, I can't, it's always wrong. What can I learn from this? How can I change it? All right, let's change it up. Let's make this different. And I'm not my past, okay? So whatever went on in your life up until now, and there's a lot of things, and sometimes they've been a little rough, okay? But that's not who you are from actually this moment forward. You get to make that decision. You need to get that in your head, whether it's, you can call it attitude, you can call it mindset, you can call it motivation. It's all a choice. And it's your choice to make for yourself. Now, it might not be an easy choice, but it is a choice. So the fixed mindset is like, these are the cards I would dealt. This is the hand that I have to play. A growth mindset says, I want a new deck of cards. I'm going to play a different game now. So what we want to do is figure out if you're going to settle or if you're going to keep growing. And I think one of the biggest examples of this right now is there's always another solution. There's always another way to keep moving. And Tupperware, especially corporate Tupperware, has proven this in the last year. They could have sat back and just said, this is the way it's always been. We're just going to keep trying to do things the same way. And geez, we hope it works. But if it doesn't, oh well. Or they could do what they've done and they could jump in there and go, we can change things. We can work with the different things that are happening now. There's 50 different ways to do parties, and we can train with them all. Everybody can do it their way and become the person that they want to be in Tupperware, doing it the way they want to do it. And, you just heard Pam say, Samantha will make things happen. And that is a growth mindset. Samantha is one of those people that is just going to be like, we need to change it, then we're going to find a way to change it. So, and we can do that too, okay? That is all of us. It's just, my mom used to say, it's all in your head. It is. So much of it is in your head, and you have to make those choices for yourself. Now, one of the things you can do, and Bonnie talked about this a little bit, is when you're doing your goals and your motivation, you got to pick that word. And the first time somebody said that to me, I thought, I don't know what to do with a word for the year. What is that, right? So I don't even remember what the first couple ones were I picked. Since then, I have done grace and intention. I've done journey. Last year, my word was conviction, and everybody was like, "We're going to jail. What's happening there?" And I was like, "No, no, the conviction, the belief that I have about things." Okay. Um, so one of the things you can do with your word is work on what do you want to change? What do you want to change in 2026 over what's been going on now? Who do you want to be? Um, what in your life needs to go? Okay. What do you need to get rid of? And what's working for you? Don't necessarily focus on the things that didn't work, get rid of them and focus on the things that are working and how you can make them better. So you're going to make a list of words. And I mean, I would start now. I do start now. Just making lists of words that kind of make sense to me or that jump out a little bit. And then as time goes on and I get closer to the beginning of the year, I start to get rid of some of those words. Like I go back over the list and I think I don't even know why that's on there and scratch it off. Or then all of a sudden, honestly, one word will just, it'll keep sticking in your mind. And that is how you start to know it's not necessarily the coolest word, it's not the trendiest word, but in your head and in your heart, it's the truest word. And that's what you need to do. Now, like Bonnie said, by April, somebody might say, "So what was your word this year?" And you're gonna be like, well, there are places you can put it where you're going to see it every day. You can, mine's a screensaver on my laptop. My word is a screensaver on my laptop. So every time I turn it on, there it is. And I like that because I can see it that way all the time. I have Post-it notes. You could put it on your fridge. You could put it on the visor of your car. Okay. You can get a sticker and put it on the big T that you should be carrying with you everywhere you go. And that'll start conversations too. You know, like, why does your big T say purpose? Which is what mine will say. Because that's my word for next year. Okay, it's purpose. Jan says, put it on your bathroom mirror. Yep, put it on your bathroom mirror. Put it anywhere you're going to see it and remember it. And every time you look at it, you're going to think that's right. That's what I'm working for this year. That's who I'm going to be. So it'll help you make decisions, right? If you have a word and you go to do something, say, does this go with my word? Is this in a line? I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it in front of me. All right, we got to keep it alive and make it part of your mindset. If your word, like mine is purpose, make that purpose part of my mindset. When I think about things, I'm going to think, does this have anything to do with my purpose this year? Or am I just kind of floundering right now because I'm not sure what to do? So you guys work on the mindset, okay? Make it a positive mindset. You gotta wake up every day and you gotta get through the day every day. You might as well have a positive day as opposed to a negative one. It's a whole lot more fun. And find that word and just put it everywhere so that you can see it and it'll be part of you by the time we're halfway through. So there you go. Get positive, dude.